There is an old, old woman who lives in the soul of every woman. She is the keeper of the wild, the one who knows. Hey loves, welcome back to the channel and welcome to the video series based on women who run with the wolves. This is part 2. If you haven't checked the first video already, I highly suggest you go back and check that first and then come back to this. So I know you're here because you've felt it, that longing for something deeper, something wilder within you. Or maybe you can quite put it into words, but it's there. The longing is there. So today I'm diving into the introduction section of Women Who Run with the Wolves. It's called Singing Over the Bones. And trust me, I felt like this chapter itself, it's a wake-up call. It's an invitation to reclaim our wild feminine that's sitting inside of us, each one of us, every woman, and she's just waiting for us to reclaim her. So first of all, drop a comment if you've ever felt disconnected from your intuition, your emotions, your true self. And this book, it's a soul map to guide us back to all of this, back to our home. So Dr. Clarissa, she has written this book, and she's a storyteller and a Jungian psychoanalyst, which basically means she studies the deep patterns of human mind and soul, especially through myths, stories, and symbols. Carl Jung, the psychologist, the famous psychologist, he believed that we all have this unconscious world that's filled with stories, archetypes, and the wisdom that shapes who we are. And the wild woman, she is one of those ancient forces that's waiting for us to reclaim her. She's waiting for us to remember her. So in this chapter, Dr. Clarissa introduces us to the wild woman archetype, this ancient, untamed, instinctual part, this instinctual force that's within every woman. But the thing is, she's been buried, forgotten, reduced to bones in the desert of our lives. So modern society has basically tamed us, right? Telling us to be polite, staying small, and just be digestible. But deep down, the wild woman in us never dies. She waits for us to bring her back to life, to gather the bones and awaken this forgotten essence that's within us. And that's exactly what this book helps us to do. Before I move forward, I want to ask you, have you ever felt like this, that something you have forgotten about yourself? There's a part of you that you know exists within you, but it's just not there. It's not on the surface. It's like the real you is buried somewhere deep down. If yes, let me know in the comments. So now let me start sharing with you what I received from the introduction of this book. One of the most interesting and powerful metaphors in the introduction is this image of scattered bones. So in many indigenous cultures, traditions, they believe that bones represent the indestructible part of the soul, the essence within us that never fades, no matter what happens, no matter what we go through. Now, I want you to think about this for a moment. Do you think there's a part of you, or there are different parts of you that have been buried inside of you? Let's just think. So maybe there was a time when this deep creative force used to burn inside of you, and there was an untamed aspect of you that used to dance, laugh out loud, and just rode freely. And there was this intuition that used to guide you, but now you're no more listening to her. So this introduction section, Singing Over the Bones, is actually introducing us to those aspects. And it's also calling us back to ourselves, back to our home. It's like piece by piece, breath by breath. It's calling you home. I want you to imagine this. If you could gather all those bones, all those lost parts that are lost in the desert of your life, how would she look like? Okay, the next thing is, the other striking thing that Dr. Clarissa mentions is that she compares women to wolves. And once you hear it, once you read it, you cannot unread it, you cannot unhear it, you can't unsee it. Let me read for you what she writes. Healthy wolves and healthy women share certain psychic characteristics: keen sensing, playful spirit, and a heightened capacity for devotion. Wolves and women are relational by nature, inquiring, possessed with great endurance and strength. They are deeply intuitive, intensely concerned with their young, their mates, and their pack. They are experienced in adapting to constantly changing circumstances. They are fiercely stalwart and very brave. Yet both have been hounded, harassed, and falsely imputed to be devouring and devious. overly aggressive, of less value than those who are their detractors. The predation of wolves and women by those who misunderstand them is strikingly similar. So, this is what it means. Wolves and women are both instinctual, deeply intuitive, and fiercely protective of their pack, their families. Both are powerful, adaptable, and devoted to their people, but both have been feared for ages, misunderstood by their own people, and hunted down when they don't conform. They have been falsely labeled as dangerous, aggressive, or less valuable by those who misunderstand their true nature. And that's what this book is about, reclaiming all those aspects, reclaiming that lost nature, and finding our way back to our wild self, the wild living within us. So let's just discuss a bit about how do we get disconnected from this wild self in the first place? There are many, many reasons, but I know and I feel that we all have our unique take on this story, which is based on our own life stories, right? But the common reasons that we have been through and we have seen around. The first one is cultural conditioning. Be nice, be small, stay small, don't take up space, and societal expectations. We are praised for being good girl, not wild and free and expressive and deeply feeling. Who appreciates that? And then trauma and heartbreak could be another reason. All the experiences that we've been through that have made us feel unsafe within our bodies, within us, have disconnected us from this part of us. And the main reason, which I always talk about, at least with my clients, is the disconnection from our bodies. We are living in our heads, we are not honoring our body, we ignore our intuitions, we suppress our emotions. So these are some of the common reasons, but the truth is the wild sitting inside of us, the wild woman inside of us can never be erased. She's still there and she's communicating to you through your desires, through your instincts, and through your emotions. And if you're watching this or listening to this, that means she's the one who has led you here. She's already awake and she's asking you to pay attention. She's asking you to get onto this journey of reclaiming her. So this is what this chapter is all about. And I have something interesting for you, a journaling exercise and an embodiment practice. But before that, I want to read this last paragraph from this book, which is very interesting. So whether you are an introvert or an extrovert, a woman-loving woman, a man-loving woman, or a God-loving woman, or all of the above, whether you are possessed of a simple heart or the ambition of an Amazon, whether you're trying to make it to the top or just make it through tomorrow, whether you be spicy or somber, regal or roughshod, the wild woman belongs to you. She belongs to all women. To find her, it is necessary for women to return to their instinctive lives, their deepest knowing. So let us push on now and remember ourselves back to the wild soul. Let us sink her flesh back onto our bones, shed any false coats we have been given, don the true coat of powerful instinct and knowing, infiltrate the psychic lands that once belonged to us, unfurl the bandages, ready the medicine. Let us return now, wild women howling, laughing, singing of the one who loves us so. For us, the issue is simple. Without us, wild woman dies. Without wild woman, we die. For true life, both must live. So beautiful. So this introduction was not just about understanding what was given in this chapter, but I want to make it very practical. I want us to embody this wisdom. So let's do a little practice together. Now, I've created 3 beautiful exercises for you. First 2 exercises would be for you to journal. So the first journal prompt is, what is your understanding of the term wild woman? Does this term trigger you in some way? Do you carry judgment around being called wild? Have you ever witnessed a woman like that, who you saw embodied in her wildness? And what did you perceive from it? So in this, we are exposing all the judgments that we carry within us towards our own wild feminine. So the second journaling exercise is where you will write down your story of your wild woman. And there is this powerful statement in the chapter somewhere where she explained that how anything that rejects to conform is usually hunted down. It has happened in the history. It happens in the present times as well. So what I want you to do is, like, we will use this powerful statement, and what you will do is you will write about where and when. Thinking about this, where and when in your life have you felt like that you were hunted down for not conforming? Okay, if this happened with you, then what parts of you decided to abandon or hide? And if you could reclaim that one aspect of your wild self, of your wild feminine today, what would that aspect be? And how would you practically allow yourself to reclaim it? So you have to write down everything about what I said. Okay, whatever comes to your mind. Now, what I'm going to do is I will write all the journaling prompts and embodiment exercise in the description section as well. And I'm also planning to create a dedicated document that people can access, that women can access. And I will share it in Google Drive or somewhere and share the link with you. And in that document, I'll be adding all the exercises I design in the future as well for the remaining chapters, so you can access it. Now, the last exercise is an embodiment exercise. Once you're done with the journaling and once you have an idea about this aspect of you, whether it exists in you or not, I'm sure it does. So what I want you to do is you have to get on your mat, sit on your knees, okay? Or however you want to. Or if you want to stand, you can stand and move around. And then play some music and get into your body fully. You can breathe, you can make sounds or whatever you want. And then think about a wild animal of your choice that you feel you like and you feel connected to. Another thing is, once you are fully into your body, then you can think about this animal because you will be thinking about through your body. And then what I want you to do is, I want you to think about the characteristics or qualities of this wild animal that you think you like in it, and that's why you feel connected to it. I want you to feel the essence of those qualities and then start moving your body if you were actually embodying those qualities, or maybe you want to fully embody this whole wild animal itself. Move your body, breathe with it. Feel how this animal would breathe if it was sitting inside of you, how it would move. Because usually animals are so embodied, the way they walk, especially wild animals, they're so sexy when they move, when they look at you. Every move of them feels like it's fully embodied, like they are fully aware of themselves and their surroundings. That's how I perceive them. So I was doing this exercise this morning. I did the journaling yesterday night, and whatever came through journaling was it was eye-opening for me. And this morning I was writing about which animal do I like. So I'm really attracted to lions and tigers. So I thought, okay, I'm going to explore them. But when I sat on my mat and I played the music, I saw Black Panther. And the way I started moving after that, it was really, really healing for me. And there were two actually aspects that I felt came through for me in the end. The qualities, as I said, I'm not sure if I mentioned it. Let me mention it again if I've not already. So once you think about that wild animal, you will have to pick the qualities or characteristics that you feel that you find really interesting in them and you would want to embody in yourself. So for me, once my body revealed to me that it's Black Panther for me, the qualities that came through was I would like that power and elegance, because Black Panther is so powerful. I mean, Black Panther's eyes, have you seen it? It's like the eyes itself is embodying full power, and the elegance that's flowing through its movement or just presence. It is so attractive. And that's what came through for me. Just wanted to share this with you. So yeah, I'll be on my journey of embodying my power and my elegance. And let's see what happens next. Now we are done with embodiment and journaling exercise. So this is just the beginning of Women Who Run with the Wolves, this interesting, this powerful book. What I feel is this book is not just meant to be read. It's meant to be lived. It feels like it's a whole healing modality in itself. In the next episode, we will dive into the first myth, just called La Loba, the wolf woman, the woman who gathers the bones. I've already started reading it, and trust me, it's powerful. I was getting very emotional actually reading this, because I feel like it was not so much about the chapter only, but I was just connecting to the essence of the book when I was reading it today. And it felt like I'm meeting different women from both my lineages within myself by reading this book. Anyways, we'll continue this discussion. But before you go, tell me in the comments, what's one thing that you are reclaiming in your wild woman today? Share this with me once you've done all 3 exercises. you will get your answers, I promise. And if this resonated, please make sure to do the journaling and embodiment exercises and share this video with somebody, with a woman who you know needs this powerful reminder, someone who needs to remember her power. And I'll see you next time, my loves.